All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, East Carolina Great Justin Hardy, courtesy of Social House Vodka. You can get Justin's official vodka, J-Rock Limited Edition, by visiting socialhousevodka.com. Justin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing great, man, and great to have you back on. You following anything in the world of sports? We had pro football kicking off this weekend with the UFL. I did not watch any of that. I was watching basketball and opening weekend of Major League Baseball following the Pirates baseball team. They won 3 games in a row. Justin, you
Nice.
watch any sports over the weekend?
I'm a highlight guy. Been catching a lot of highlights over the weekend. I really don't get a chance to catch too many games, but I definitely enjoy the highlights.
One of the highlights I saw over the weekend, maybe a low light, the Pistons got in a brawl with somebody. Who was that,
I
Jared? Do you
seen
remember
that.
that?
I seen that. I think it was Nas Reed and
Yeah,
I think it
Minnesota.
was and Stewart from Detroit.
Yeah, Isaiah Stewart's got that reputation. I will
He
say,
does
like, just seeing the Pistons fight makes me feel like, all right, that's basketball. That's what I'm used to
basketball
seeing.
for sure. Back to the '90s
Yeah, exactly. Got me kind of excited for the playoffs, and I
for
guess
sure.
as a Hornets fan, excited for the NBA draft because that's all we have to look forward to. As far as college basketball goes, Justin, Cooper Flag and the Duke Blue Devils move on to the Final Four. They'll take on Houston. On the other side, it's an all SEC matchup, and you're kind of down there in SEC country a little bit in Atlanta, Georgia. So the Georgia fans probably don't like to see it, but man, the SEC, Justin, we've known it's been a football conference since
Right.
we've been alive, but man, they're a basketball conference now. They had 14 teams in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, for sure. I think the way with NIL is set up now, with everybody being able to transfer in and out, I think it's good for the SEC as far as basketball goes, to be able to do something else besides football, be known for something else besides football. So it's definitely good to see these teams that you didn't think you would see as representation for basketball to be able to go into the tournament and do well.
Yeah, and man, they have put some money into their coaches. They got a lot of great coaches now in the Southeastern Conference. Speaking of, we've talked about the NIL a little bit. I haven't talked much about the portal with you, Justin. And you're an Eastern North Carolina guy that goes to ECU and becomes a star. And man, you would have had all kinds of offers going into your final year. You and Shane and a lot of guys on that team. And it might have been tempting to you, but did you ever think about leaving ECU at that time before the portal?
Nah, not by my senior year. I was locked in at that point. Um, I had a good career up to that point, so there was no point for me to leave.
Honestly, man, and there are people that get on guys for loyalty and stuff like that. But if I'm a college kid being offered, hundreds of thousands or whatever to go play at a big time school, it's hard. It's got to be hard to say no for these guys.
For sure, like you don't know everybody's situation.
Yeah.
Maybe they need those funds. Maybe their family situation back home is not the best. So you never know. Whatever I feel like, whatever is best for them to do, they should do it.
100%. Well said. We talked to Winston Wright, who spent 1 year here at East Carolina as a receiver
Hmm.
last year. They just had pro day last weekend, and I asked Winston, what his plans were for the future, and if he was to sign a contract, what would he do? What would his first big purchase be? And he was big on saving his money and putting it in the bank and kind of looking to the future. So, Justin, how about you with your NFL money? How much did you sit aside, and how many big purchases did you make with your NFL money?
I won't say I had too many big purchases. Got a house for sure. A car, that was about it, and
Yeah.
everything else just let it stack up. Um, it's nice how the NFL has it set up where with the 401k, they match whatever you put in. So it was real good.
I know Kevin Monroe is a financial advisor and helps out a ton of athletes, former Pirate and color analyst on the ECU radio network. He joins us during the football season. But Justin, did you have some folks you could trust in that department? Because man, there's been a lot of stories about athletes and a lot of celebrities and people with money losing their money for kind of putting it in the wrong hands.
Oh, for sure. You definitely gotta have that team. You gotta have the guys you can trust. To have your best interest at heart. always, and it's nothing to always check them as well as far as their work goes. Having multiple people that does the same thing and just checking behind each other. So it's always good to have that.
No doubt. Justin Hardy joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Justin, like I said, the UFL season began. Holton Ahlers, Noah Henderson, some former Pirates getting their season underway. Isaiah Winstead. CFL kind of next up on the docket. That'll be coming up this summer. But how much are you kind of checking in on your team there and the league and everything? And is that still kind of in the future for you? You doing some of that right now?
I don't really do too much checking in. At this point right now, it's off season for me. Making sure I'm in the best shape to go out there and be able to perform when the season get here, and then when training camp gets here, I lock in then as well as with everybody else in the CFL.
For workout warriors watching this, Justin, what's the workout for a professional wide receiver? How do you stay in shape during the off season? What kind of stuff are you doing?
Man, to be honest, it's really your eating. I feel like you eat pretty good, you kind of setting yourself up to be pretty successful. That's half the battle right there. Just doing something. Just make sure you're getting the blood flowing. Staying limber, I guess you could say. Just not too much heavyweight, but you got to get underneath it sometimes. To get strong. So you do what you got to do.
Justin, you got that nice dark beard, as you can see. I got some great. Look, I do still have dark hair. I want people to know, so I still got that going. But Justin, how about somebody your age now compared to the Deuce we saw running around Dowdy Ficklin Stadium? Are there more aches? Do you get a little sore now than you did back then after a workout, after a game?
I don't think they got anything to do with age. I think they just got to do with just playing over time, different
Right.
things. But I don't really ate too much. Taking care of my body is kind of one of those things that I kind of hang my hat on. I want to uh, be able to play for my team. Longevity is the whole thing. Just making sure you're in the best shape, best place you can be body wise. To go out there and give you all.
How do you? How about the mental side of it? And I think mental health has become more of a talking point in sports, and it's treated more seriously probably now than it was 20, 30, whatever years ago. Have you ever like talked to a sports psychologist or kind of how do you keep the mental stuff sharp for you?
Man, to be honest, just always having that chip on my shoulder, just knowing what I want to do, prove people wrong, they always doubted me, that's kind of helped me along the way, just having that mental toughness, if it was easy, everybody be doing it. And that's just something that I always just hung my hat on, it's going to be hard, but it'll be worth it at the end.
It's pretty crazy looking at Justin Hardy's numbers and watching what he did and to say, I mean, you basically had 0 stars, right, Justin? I mean, I don't want to.
Zero, maybe negative.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
It is, but like I said, just getting found by the staff at ECU, getting
Yeah.
the opportunity to go out there and showcase what I can do, and then just believing in me, it helped out a lot.
Justin, we do a little word association with you, and I remember I talked to you out at practice. You were not much of a talker, so we'd go to Shane, we'd go to Zeke, stuff like that. But I know Jeff Charles, the voice of the Pirates, the late great. We lost him a couple of years ago. But he would talk to you guys a lot. What do you remember about the voice? You probably saw him in the weight room some around there too, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely. Every now and then, he was a great guy. It's one of those voices that you always remember. Especially being at ECU. He was a great guy. Always spoke highly of everybody he came in contact with. So I enjoy just having him as a voice.
We've talked about some of your coaches too. I don't know if I've asked you specifically about the head man, Ruffin McNeil, and um, man, he had to make you guys love ECU the way he loved East Carolina as a player and then as a coach. And what was it like hearing him talk before games, talk during the week? Maybe not even about football, but about just the school and life and things like that.
Man, Ruff is one of the greatest people that I know. Like I said, gave me an opportunity. He was there for not only me but all his players. That family that he preached, that's really what it was. Everybody brought into that, and it showed.
How about coming off guys off the top of my head. How about the Swamp Monster, Terry Williams?
Terry, man,
He could
Terry,
destroy a run game.
man, Terry is so athletic that most people don't really even know that. Like him being a D lineman, like they trying to think that he wasn't athletic, but Terry was an athletic person. So him just playing D line, being able to have the footwork, hand swims and everything like that to get in the back of the defense, was always good.
Man, he could clog up a lane, and as you said, yeah, very athletic for his size. Talking to Justin Hardy today. Justin Hardy, courtesy of Social House Vodka. He's got his own official vodka, J Rock limited edition. And remind us, Justin, if you're going to have you've eat good during the day, you've worked out, you're feeling good, you want a nice Social House Justin J Rock limited edition. What are you mixing with that thing? What are you drinking your vodka with?
Probably cranberry or pineapple juice if I'm
Mm.
gonna have it.
Like the pineapple. That sounds good. Justin, good stuff, man. We'll check in with you each and every week here on Pirate Radio Live. We appreciate you joining us today. Have a good week, bud.
Thank you. Do the same. Appreciate it.